Good morning everyone and welcome to a new series. We are in Bangkok, Thailand. It is our first time in the country together and we are so excited to explore this massive city. We are actually staying in a very prime location in the Sukhumvit area, and this morning we're heading to the Terminal 21 shopping centre, which is only 500 metres from our hotel. But we're not going to the shopping centre to shop around. We're actually going to head to the top floor, which is said to have one of the cheapest food courts that you are going to find in Thailand.
The food court, like Olivia said, is on the top floor, but you have to go through another 4 or 5 to get there. And what's special and unique about this mall is that each floor has its own theme. So before you can actually get to the food court, you have to go through London, you have to go through Tokyo, you have to go through Paris. I think those 3 are the ones anyway. You have to go through a bunch of countries before you get there, and that's something I really like. The food here is absolutely insane, and the variety that you can get, you can't walk in here and say you don't fancy anything. That's not an excuse because they have so much things here. And what I like is that if you don't know what the dish is, it literally shows you how it's presented and what it has in it, rather than just pictures. It has the physical thing in front of you, which I really like as well. But I've gone with this. It's literally just minced meat, a bit of seasoning and some rice, which is crazy, and it was only 35 baht, which is insane. We'll put the thingy above here what it means in pounds or dollars, but we'll give it a go now. Yeah, we're still trying to get our heads around that conversion rate since being in Malaysia, but always good, really, really good. It's good, but it's really, really spicy. I did forget to tell you guys, this is how you pay. So there's 2 counters where you give them cash, so you don't actually go up and pay with food with cash. You have to go to the counters and then they give you this card. And they'll have a little QR code at the back. And now you just scan it and then they'll give you a receipt with how much you spent and then how much remaining balance you have on your card. But Olivia didn't get anything from here. She actually got her breakfast from 7-Eleven.
There are thousands of 7-Elevens here in Bangkok, and of course I went for the most basic breakfast that you can get when coming to Thailand. The toasty, but not just a cheese one. I'm a bit more bougie than that. I went for the ham and cheese one. I also got a coffee, and I think for all of it, it was under 100 anyway. It was very, very cheap. And it is so good. This is my newest obsession, and I can totally see why everyone else does the same. Just perfect. You just can't go wrong. As we said earlier, we are staying in a very touristy area full of pubs, clubs and restaurants. However, we're going to show you that later because it really comes alive at night time. However, now we're taking a metro and we're heading to some of the most important temples here.
That was actually a really good metro experience. Just like Malaysia, it's a self-service thing, but remember it is only cash only, so you have to have cash. You kind of just point where you want to go on a little self-service thingy, get your coin, put it in, and off you go to wherever you want to go. It was really nice, it's cheap, it's clean, so definitely recommend the metro station to get around places. Obviously you can take the tuk-tuk, a local taxi, an Uber, a Grab, but that's one of the more cheaper ones, and you get to avoid all the traffic.
Wat Pho, which is one of the oldest and largest temples here in Bangkok, and is actually probably the second most popular tourist attraction after the Grand Palace. The entire complex spans over 20 acres, so it's absolutely huge. And actually entry is only 200 baht, and you can obviously just walk around the grounds practically for free. I think you're only paying actually for entry to the reclining Buddha. There are probably three most famous facts about this place, and that is that it's got one of the oldest reclining Buddha statues in the world, which then makes it a very important pilgrimage site for Buddhists worldwide. It's also the birthplace of Thai massage, and thirdly, there are over 1,000 Buddha statues across the temple complex. But of course, the thing we are most here for is the reclining Buddha statue, like everyone else. King Rama I used Wat Pho as his royal temple and then constructed the grand palace beside it. Then King Rama III improved Wat Pho and turned the temple into an important centre for health and public education.
Just remember though guys, even though it's a huge tourist attraction, it still is a religious place to come and worship. So be respectful, cover your knees, cover your shoulders, and if you're wearing any religious symbols such as necklaces, you have to cover that as well. So yeah, always be respectful when visiting these types of places.
We've just got on a ferry boat because we're heading over to the Wat Arun temple. All I'm going to say though, it is getting a little bit choppy. We haven't moved yet, so we're just rocking backwards and forwards. So I'm feeling a little bit sticky. But yeah, only 5 baht per person for both of us. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but it's a nice thing to do. Boat ride took a grand total of 5 minutes and has probably left me seasick for the rest of the day, so that's just brilliant. However, we have now made it to the Wat Arun temple, also known as the Temple of Dawn. It dates all the way back to the 17th century, although it did undergo massive restoration works in the 19th century during the reign of King Rama II. The spire is where Buddha's relics are placed, but this architecture style is absolutely beautiful. I think it's in the Khmer architecture style, but don't quote me on that. I have never seen anything quite like this, and I know we say that all the time, but this is so unique and so beautiful, and we're really going to enjoy walking around here. It was actually only 100 baht entry, which I think is really reasonable for a major tourist attraction in the capital city. There is one thing though, if you do remove your shoes to go into the temple, which I mean you should do, please be very mindful of where you're pointing your feet, as it can be seen as extremely disrespectful, both in Buddhist and Thai culture. It's just, please do not do it. We did see a man actually get told off for doing it. Even if you're not intentionally being disrespectful or doing it on purpose, it will be seen as that, so just be mindful.
Something I am very impressed to see though is even with the amount of tourists that they are here and the amount of street food vendors that they have literally everywhere, how clean the authorities managed to keep all the streets. Like you barely see any rubbish on the streets whatsoever, and there's so many bins and people offering to put it in the bins in their shops. So there's barely any rubbish anywhere, it's super clean, doesn't smell like anywhere, so that's something I'm really impressed with here. This is definitely one of the bigger flower markets we've been to since traveling. We did go to a few in India and they were absolutely huge, and this is on the same level. However, the people selling you the flowers aren't nowhere near as pushy and demanding. So it's nice to take a stroll around here, because even though it is a busy market, No one's pushing you to buy anything. So you literally can just take a stroll and smell the beautiful flowers, look at the colours. And there's not only flowers that they sell here, they also sell fresh fruit and vegetables. So yeah, it's not just flowers, it's a really nice place to just walk, take a stroll out of the madness where all the tourists are, because me and Olivia are literally the only tourists here, which is really, really nice. So we did promise you guys at the start of the video we was going to show you around the kind of complex to where we're staying, just to show you guys why it's such a good area. And this is why, because we are literally surrounded by pubs, clubs, restaurants, places where you can buy the devil's lettuce, 24/7 hour massage parlors. So you look left, someone's getting their foot rubs, you look right, you got this old guy down on a beer, and you look straight ahead, you got some woman smoking the devil's lettuce. There's all different things happening, all different types of smells. You got a bunch of people opening their little street food vendors, so people are very cheap, good food, everyone's buying that as well. So yeah, generally, this is when the city comes to life. This is the best time to be exploring Bangkok, is during the night. Like I said, the nightlife is absolutely amazing. We stayed out, put the camera down, and had a beer with everyone else. And what I like about it is that when you're out in this kind of settings, it's very easy to start talking to other people and getting to know other people, because that's what a lot of people are here for. Just the social aspect of Bangkok itself. It's really easy just to sit down, have a beer, and make friends with a bunch of people. And really, really like that. But it is getting very late, so we're going to have to end the video here. So please like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. If you have any questions, don't be scared to message both me and Olivia. Our Instagram links are down below, and we'll be happy to answer anything. But for now, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.